Sip and Talk Podcast. Sip and Talk Podcast. Sip and Talk Podcast. Starting soon.
Hello, everyone. Back again. Tonight we are going to be discussing the situation with the Little League baseball team where the other little players on the baseball team filled the one black boy's head with cotton. After this was done and it was broadcasted, there was been an outrage and a lot of talk about this situation on social media. So we would like to hear from you guys what your thoughts and opinions are on the situation. So, Boom, what do you think? I tried to see if I could share the video. It's loading too slow.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll throw it up for you. But I don't know, man. I think that I think the parents got to take some blame in this. The parents of the child first. I think got to take some blame in this because.
So you said the parent has, well, the parents of
The parents
is
of the
that what you're
child.
saying?
The parents of the child that was getting cotton put in his head got to take some blame first and foremost.
Okay, so what I had read was that the parents was saying they assured that it was no ill intent.
So they really need to take some blame
So
for it.
Because I didn't understand why he sat there and was letting them do it. I was like, huh? Well, why is you sitting there letting them do it?
That's why I feel like the parents got to take some blame.
Where they live might play a part in it.
Look, it don't matter. Like as far as the situation, hell yeah, it probably do play a part in it. Because I mean, look at what they're around. But that's why the parents need to take some blame because, for the most part, my child will understand the area that we in, you know, the things that could happen, and definitely their history to where the point where my child wouldn't be on that. Like, first off, why are you putting your hands on me? Why are you putting anything in my goddamn hand? Boy, if you don't stop putting that shit in my head, like, you know what I'm saying?
Because don't touch my hair.
Yeah, so it's like, and secondly, my kids know about cotton.
I feel the same way because I'm like, I need to touch my hair.
Right. And then secondly, my kids know about cotton, man. They understand what we used to have to pick as slaves and all that other stuff. So my child would have just known, like, off rip, they would have understood what the fuck was going on. And they wouldn't have been having it. They probably would have got kicked off the team. Would have been calling me, telling me to come get them because they didn't got kicked off the team. Then we would have just been up there on some bullshit. And I mean, the backlash would have been a backlash, like you said, where we the area that we in. Ain't no telling how those people would have reacted. But I mean, to even take it to a deeper situation, it was broadcast on ESPN, man. And ESPN is a major broadcasting network. Like, so, you know, even when you listen to the announcer speaking on it and they trying to cover it up, oh, they just being little leaguers. Hey, you know, I already went like it just sounded like they just being little niggers, like, but that's just me being funny though. But they just being little leaguers and shit like that.
You know what? I had to wait a minute. I had to play it again. I'm like, okay, I'm silent, but I hear it.
Right, I hear it. It's not like you wanted to say it. Like it's not like you.
What is that?
So I'm just sitting there like I'm just sitting there thinking like
when he said
I think you lagging. That's on me. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, okay.
But I can hear you though. Go ahead.
No, you know, when he was like, what is that? Cotton they're putting in it? Something he said, but he just kind of said it was like no big deal.
He knew exactly what the fuck he was saying. You asked me, he knew exactly what they was doing. He knew what he was saying. Like he knew I mean, like you said, man, we finna play this little video, but it's just like you could tell. Ain't nobody stupid, man. I mean, he just tried to play it off, man, because ain't nobody stupid. He like they taking the stuff out of it. Man, they knew what the fuck they was doing. Then there's a black boy here, like, you know, they're saying like,
Yeah.
oh, black people got like wool and all that. Man, they knew what the fuck he was doing. But I'm just mad at the little boy for sitting there. I mean, not mad directly at the little boy, because what you don't know, man. But he should have been taught something in order to just be like, nah, this ain't what it is, man. It's just some bullshit. Get this shit up out my head. I would start shaking
Just
my head,
sitting there.
knocking this shit down. I'd have been
Yeah.
fussing. I'd have been all, man, it would have been crazy. I'd have been all on the field. You motherfucker, crap. I'd have been talking crazy, man.
I would have been cracking motherfuckers.
Man, listen, y'all touching me too? Yeah. This ain't no prank. This is some racial bullshit.
They said it was a prank for another team or something.
Mm-hmm. That's why this shit ain't clean now. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me turn it up.
It's just little leaguers being little leaguers right there. Hey, next week's
Little leaguers being little leaguers.
Atlanta and St. Louis. Cardinals leading the Central. They finish up that 3-game series at Busch, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Look how my dude just sitting there though.
And we'll start with 6 Eastern baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. Why not, right? When in Rome. They taking the stuffing out of the
When in
stuffing.
Rome. When in Rome. My mom used to say that to me all the time, man. When in Rome, do as the Romans. She used to say that to me all the time. When you're in Rome, do as the Romans. So it definitely sounded like he was in Rome fucking with the white folks. And they definitely had his ass on some back in the day type shit. Because that right there, at first off, I'd have been on my son's ass. Like, boy, I taught you too much about our history for you to sit there and let that shit happen to you. Then I'd have been at the doors of ESPN asking them why the coaching is still here, why the staffing is still here. We shouldn't even be in. I think this is like one of them World Series games. Like, this is a major game. That's why it's even on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's going on, Peanut? But you know, mommy and Peanut. But you know, I don't understand it, man. It's like I'd have been on my son's ass for real. Like, bro, why you even sitting here letting this go down? Then I'd have been in the front door of ESPN. Why is these kids not suspended? They shouldn't be at the World Series if this is what they think is cool. Fuck all that. Everybody just gonna be done. Man, I'd have had, man, it would have been going. Man, I would have went to New York. I'd have went everywhere, man. This is some bullshit. Y'all just basically, I mean, because this is my son. My son is gonna have to be seen like this forever.
So do you think? Yeah. But so do you think it's on ESPN or the team, like the coaches and all that of the team?
It's on everybody. I mean, the coaches, ESPN for, you know what I'm saying, even sitting there. I mean, it was like 20 seconds long of them just showing him getting cotton put on his head. Like, they should have never even, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it don't matter. Listen, he wasn't the only one getting cotton put on his head, but you got to understand, he's the only one that's being seen. He's the only one that's being embarrassed, you know what I'm saying, for 20 minutes long, and that's still some bullshit at the end of the day. I don't give a damn about who was doing it. That's just not the way to go about it, man. It's just not the way to go about it. That shit is embarrassing, and it's just not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
It's not the way to go
That's
about
what
it.
I read too. When I was reading the article, it does say that they were a team member from another team that had a mohawk. I guess it was like a white.
Yeah, well, I've been researching it as well.
So I guess when you think about it,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, so if you like really kind of think about it, if it was something that they thought about on spur of the moment, then that would kind of explain that they used what they had. You know what I'm saying? If they probably had a thought about it beforehand, maybe they would have been able to grab go somewhere and buy a white mohawk. I don't know.
Well, I was looking and
But
I haven't seen a picture of the boy on the other team that they were imitating when they were speaking about it. And I haven't seen none of the other kids with the shit on their head either. Now, maybe I just ain't been looking hard enough, but I haven't seen it. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like I haven't seen it. So my thing is, if that was gonna be the case, that should have been the whole thing. Like, look at this dude. Look at the guy that was trying to imitate, and look at all of them. This dude got a whole 20-second clip of him just being on screen with cotton on his head,
yeah,
and we already understand the depiction of
that's
black
true.
people with cotton. So I just don't feel like it was cool. You know what I'm saying? That's just my whole thing on that. Like I don't feel like it was cool. I feel like it's just a whole nother way to embarrass us without embarrassing us. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. I wouldn't say we pushing our racial stuff on the kids. Again, these kids have to be taught these things. White kids have to be taught that we are all one. Black kids have to be taught where they come from so they will know when they're being disrespected. So I would never put the weight on the kids as much as I would, like I said in the beginning, we start with the parents. I feel like the parents should have already explained to their son the situation with us and Cotton. And then once he knew about that situation, he wouldn't even play like that. So then at that point, it would have become a force. It doesn't even look like it's a force. He don't even look like he's aware of his history or what's going on with his life in the past for it to even be an issue. He's just sitting there taking it, and it's just that simple. But I mean, this can be an embarrassment for him for anywhere he freaking go. I mean, they could say it was for the other kids, but what about when he get older and there's people in the stands with cotton all in here now? I mean, then if I'm mistaken, didn't somebody just get slapped out of school for doing that to a little black boy? Like in a classroom? Or no, they don't.
What, putting cotton on him?
Yeah, it was like a video. It was in the lunchroom. And I think the white boy he hit him with the whip. He did something. It was something crazy, and they was laughing.
Can't remember. Are you talking about when the little boy showed up to the people's house with a whip? Is that what you're talking about?
No, we talking about that at school. We talked about that one too, but I'm talking about when that happened at school. When this shit happened at school. It was like some crazy shit that happened at school. If I could find it, I'll pull it up. But yeah, it's just been a whole bunch of weird shit going on for real, man. And definitely don't want to put it on the kids because they have to be taught these things, man. I actually just seen a video the other day of a little white girl. She was talking to her white mother, and she was saying to her white mother, like, I be seeing the little black girls at school, or she didn't even say black. She said, I be seeing the little brown girls at school, and they be having the braids, and they be hanging, and la la la, and I just think that's so beautiful. She was like, so you like the little brown girls at your school? She's like, yeah, I think they're so beautiful. She was like, they are beautiful, and those braids are definitely nice. And she was like, yeah, I want my hair like that. And she was like, I'm sorry, I can't do your hair like that. And she's like, yes, you can. But you know what I'm saying? So it has to be taught that because they don't just come out. And that's true. They don't just come out just, instantly not liking a different color. Like this shit is taught. So as long as our kids understand, I don't even think that those kids understood the situation. They understood the history. Yeah. I don't even think they would feel like that. Sure, we could have found some spray paint or something, man. I don't think they would have did that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with you on the ESPN situation, man. Sitting there.
Another story here.
Sitting there, just showing him out of all of them. Like if they was just, I mean, if it was the whole team, if it was just 4 white boys, 4 black boys, 4 white boys, 1 black boy, I don't give a damn how many, and they all just had cotton on their head, I could understand that they was just all sitting there, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was just all on that. Then I could completely understand, like, but nah.
Okay, so you know about the school district changing the they're basically a Missouri school that offers to spank if parents agree. How do you feel about that? Do you agree with that?
I did not know about that. And
Yeah. I guess
look at my sister.
back in the day, to be honest, I think some of that old school stuff need to come back because these kids is out of control.
Tell me about your feelings on that. I want to know your feelings on that. So you think the
I
kids
just
out of control? They need their ass
I
whooped?
just told you. But I feel like some of these kids might take the pedal and start whooping the teacher. So I don't know.
All right. So my theme on that, man. Let me see what my sister had to say. Right. Okay, so I'm just my sister. Oh, that's crazy that my sister's comment is showing up on my screen. This is my sister Marie Courtney. But anyways, though, yeah, I was just reading the comments or whatever, checking them out. But yeah, so the Missouri School District has decided to reinstate spanking as a form of punishment this school year. The Cassville or what's that for or IV school district allows certified personnel to discipline students with a paddle when recommended by the principal as a last resort, so long as parents sign up their child in agreement. All right. When I was little, my mom sent me to school with a belt to give to the teachers for myself. This isn't a new concept, and there's still corporal punishment in most schools. You got to read the fine print and the code of conduct you sign here. Somebody gonna get killed for beating the wrong child. So look, for me, listen, first off, schooling is damn near government, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure most people. This is my personal opinion, but as far as the schooling being government, if your child are being homeschooled, then I'm sure it's all government. And even when they homeschool, they still got to pass government, levels in order to even still get their high school diploma, GED, whatever it is. So it's still all government. So on one end, if I spank my child at home, you're gonna send these people to my house and take them from me. But it's okay for me to give somebody else permission to spank my child, and everything is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get that, right? Now, I'm gonna spank mine. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. And they come in here and see whatever the fuck mine's got a line. I'm spanking mines, whatever.
You got a point there. Yeah, you can't even spank kids and the people will be on you. So I don't either, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Having raised kids, I know what the hell, what I dealt with, but it's like, but now you're asking my permission that you whoop my kids. But if I whoop them and they come and tell you, then I got a social worker at my door.
Right.
So I get what you're saying.
But see, this comes from an era where everybody in the hood was able to whoop.
And like Drunk said, that's too much for me. Weirdos.
Right. Like I seen in the comments, like you gotta read the fine print. You pulling my kids' pants down,
Everybody
what are you doing?
In the hood. Every hood. Nah, they shouldn't be pulling no damn pants down. If they whooping them with a paddle, I feel like on the hand, or if they hitting them on that, be with straight jeans. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying. But maybe people school and have to be disciplined.
So you want the school to discipline your kids, but if somebody on the street say something to your kids, then the question is that going to be okay? Because like, I'll get a school permission. You don't even know these teachers. Y'all don't hang out. Y'all don't see each other. Y'all don't go to grocery shopping together. Y'all don't talk on the phone unless it's about your child. Whatever. As soon as somebody on the street see your child and say something to you, no, this ain't no talking to my kids. You don't know me, la, la, la. Parents don't be kicking it with these teachers like that. They don't know these teachers. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. We don't know these teachers outside of school. We don't know what they be into. We don't know how
That's
they,
true.
what they thoughts are on. But you take that shit back. This come from that
And that's from
that
manipulation.
manipulation. I mean, all that. But this spans back to like back in the day, like we were saying earlier. From the hood, where the whole hood could get at the kids. And my uncle, my uncle's friend, neighbors, they see me out there acting up. They get on my ass, and then I'm begging them not to tell my mom. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
and so you going to school and you acting up, the school spanking you. Because I think I was in kindergarten in like 91, 92, somewhere in there. I was in kindergarten. And I think that was like the last year of paddling. I think by the time I hit first grade, if I remember correctly, it wasn't no more paddling, because I do remember, like, I don't remember what happened while I was there. I can't remember that far back, but I do remember one time where the principal had called my mom and asked if he could paddle me or something like that. And I don't even remember if he paddled me. I do remember my mom coming up there, and it was a whole conversation. It wasn't like crazy or nothing. It was just a conversation. But that was about it. That's all I really remember. But I know that after that, it wasn't no more of that paddling that I knew about. I think it was over with. But I think my era in the 90s era is when we really, because by the time it was like 96, 97, after Tupac died, Master P and them took over, Cash Money, no, we wasn't getting our eyes whooped by the hood no more. Like, that shit was done. Like, so, because by the time the 2000 hit, that shit was really
So my
done.
mom did it the other way. My mom did it her damn self. She got tired of calls about me, so she came up there and snatched me out the lunch line and whooped my ass in front of every fucking body. So that was a lesson learned for me, getting my ass whooped in front of everybody. We signed to go in the lunchroom, and I'm getting my ass beat in front of everybody.
If you ask me,
that's how she did it.
They
didn't have to do it. She did it.
It should be an agreement with the school that we should sign some type of agreement where we can come up to the school and whoop our kids' ass if they get out of line, and it shouldn't be no problem inside the school. Damn, knocked on the cabinet. But yeah, that's how it should be, though, man. Like, I should be able to come up to the school with my kids' ass and leave. And it should not be one issue.
So if they pass this in Missouri, are they going to start passing this in all the other states? And here's my other question. Why now? Like, why is this, you know what I'm saying, about now?
Well, if you ask me, I don't know the truth.
You know what?
I don't have the facts, the real answers. But I'm close to it. I'm borderline conspiracy theorist, right? So, number one, you want to go to the situation that happened in 2020 that had us all in our homes, having to be at home and wearing masks and things. They took a lot of our grandparents and parents out, firstly. Then these kids already been getting out of line ever since like Columbine and all that. So I think what's going on, man, is it's like a test. If it works out in Missouri, then possibly everybody else go along with it. But if it doesn't work out, then we can point at Missouri and be like, yeah, y'all fucked up for doing it. But me being on my borderline conspiracy shit, it's just more control for the government, man, to be able to control us even more. from the start. Like, you know, like they said, man, you go from spending 8 hours a day sitting behind a desk at school to now you sitting 8 hours a day behind a desk at work. I really think that it's just all control, and they're gonna definitely control you from in there and whoop your ass. And then once you get older, shit, who knows? They might be done past the law where start getting your ass with as an adult. But as a child, since you've been going through it for so long, you might be more acceptive to it when you get grown. I mean, I couldn't see myself getting paddled by my manager.
What if this leads to? I wish the fuck I would. Man, come on now. I'm just
But that's
gonna
but
catch
that's
the
what I'm
case.
saying.
No grown motherfucker finna whoop me. If I show up 5 minutes late, you finna whoop me. No, you finna get whooped.
But that's the point. So they started when you were in kindergarten.
Paddle thing, but these kids are just too out of control. So do we have to hold guns on them now? You know what I'm saying?
That was the thing too, as far as like the teachers having guns and having to get carrying CCWs, things like that. That was going to be a thing as well as them keeping guns on them. But this whole classroom setting that I'm looking at right here, it looks like a kindergarten setting. It doesn't look like a high school setting. So, you know, tennis balls on the floor of the seats, pens and crayons on the table. I mean, it just looks like a kindergarten setting, like not even a kindergarten, just a grade school 1 through 5 setting. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we can control them at this age and get them in line at this age. Who's to say that they're going to have that mind frame of if you hit me when I'm grown? Look, you know, told you, I'm a borderline conspiracy theorist, and I'm probably almost there, man, because they've been telling so much crazy shit, and it's becoming the truth. But listen, man, there is this agenda to where they are trying to have us cramped into one area. You know what I'm saying? And if they can get us cramped into one area and get all these people cramped into one area, we're going to be at their mercy anyways. We're going to have to do what they say. If they come out with this UBI, this universal basic income, where people don't have to work, people don't have to pay for rent, people don't even have to pay for food because you have a universal basic income. And so therefore they generate everything and they give you what they feel you should have. I mean, we're going to be at their mercy anyways. You know what I'm saying? We can't create. We can't control. They in control. They create. They give. And so if they get us at this point where they starting to whip our kids and we allowing that, who knows what else we allow? I mean, we just did a show the other day, didn't we, about, I think I was on your show when we was talking about trafficking and the parents letting we was doing the R. Kelly situation. We was talking about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we was talking about the parents letting shit go down. I mean, come on, man. If the parents let shit like that go down, I'm sure they'll let shit like this go down. And I mean, shit getting scary, bro. Like bro said, it's getting spooky as hell, man. It's getting spooky, and it's getting crazy. Remember, I was telling you on my show when we did the government control, when I told you how they was going to start all these floods and they was going to start all these they was going to start pushing people out, you know what I'm saying, by flooding the lands and getting people up out of there. Look at Texas, 17 million people on the move, like, you know what I'm saying? So they forcing their hand. Don't get it twisted. They forcing their hand right now. So this ain't nothing but a control grab, man, if you ask me. See, to them, we already beyond repair. But the new gut generations, they gonna have them under control. Right. That's what I'm saying. So we keep on going out here taking these hot sauce 19 jabbies and they killing us off, and then they controlling our kids anyways. It ain't even a conspiracy, it's facts. The government tries stuff in one place to see how it goes. That's a big ass fact. That's why I said I think it's just a test. If it works out for them, then yeah, they'll push it. Now don't get it twisted. the state is the state. The state ain't controlled by the government, but the state do get their resources from the government. They do get their money. They do get their imports and stuff like that from the government. That's why states have their own different laws. Because certain states you can have, certain states you can't have. Certain states you can smoke weed, certain states you can't smoke weed. Certain states you need a CCW, certain states you don't. Like all states, you can't have a felony, but for the most part, every state has their own sovereignty, like as far as how they want their law to be. But yes, as far as the government goes with the states, when you get a state so much money, you get a state so much power, they more lean towards the side of the government. They do what the government talking about, and I do believe what he said, man. We already set as an adults, but the children are not. So they can control the children. That's why I was saying they was taking cursive out of school. Now they did I believe they started putting it back in school. I still haven't seen my kids doing the cursive, but that's just like the whole Constitution is written in cursive. So if they can't read the Constitution, they have to make a whole new Constitution, which means we rewrite the rules. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just so much.
Right.
Games that they play, the chess games that they play, is getting scary.
But to what Drunk is saying, like, no control over, basically not having control, the parents not having control over what the kids is being taught. Just like they're saying that parents don't have the right to speak on not allowing their kids to identify as how they want to identify. That's already happening.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think we was talking about that one time before. It was I want to say Washington. I don't know if it was DC or the actual state, but where the child doesn't even have to tell the parents they're transitioning or they're getting medicine to transition or something like that, or something crazy. It was like they don't even have to let the parent know. They can just go and make it happen. And it's just like they want the children to have these rights, but then in return, the children can be controlled by the government. So you look at this where they want to whoop the kids, but then the kids are only growing up to respect the government. So they still not respecting the teacher, because we just stated earlier, it's okay if we sign this agreement saying that y'all can spank our child, but as soon as I spank my child, y'all sending the social worker to my door. It doesn't make no sense. So basically, y'all signing yourselves up to be the ones to control the kids. Doesn't make sense. You can with my kids, I can't. But then you telling my child they got this right, that right. They can identify as what they want. They can do what they want. And then as soon as they come home and I tell them, no, that's not right. Well, now we putting on media, people are wrong when they tell children that they're not right. And it's like the rule, like that's what I'm saying. They're giving the kids the power, man. They really giving the kids the power. But what happens though? You know what I'm saying? They take your kids, they raise your kids, they put them in the setting that they want them to be in. They give them to the people that they feel is good enough for them. Like they'll fuck around and take your kids and give them to a foster family, and they don't even live as good as they was living when they was with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they was living better with you. But
I mean, you just heard that case where she was black on top of that. That's what makes it so bad. She was charged with the kids that she was taking out of homes. She was sex trafficking them. I believe I'm pulling it up right now.
man, listen.
Yep, here it is.
When they finally able to get rid of all these people, and they finally able to control the next generation, which is, I believe, the next movement. Agenda 21 was about population control, basically. It was about controlling, how many people are actually on this planet, and they didn't want as many people as they wanted on the planet, and it looked like they kind of went for the older race. They knew that the younger generation to be able to take this situation that they're given. Um, I wish I could say the word, but I don't want to get us in any trouble. But oh, it won't even let me read. It says that I have to look at this. In order to even read the paper, I gotta freaking sign up 10 cents for 10 cents a week for 2 months.
Let me find another one. Yeah, they be doing that. Find another one.
But nah, so Agenda 21 was definitely about population control and getting people out of, getting it down to enough people. They saying that the planet has too many people on it, and I can go deeper into that, but I'm not. But Agenda 30 was about, now we're going to do a one world situation where everybody is under one government. And so once you get all the people out that has some type of morals and respect for themselves and their family, once you get them people out the way, then you can control the rest of the people who are going on, who really don't care about what's going on. And that's when you start getting things like these. So just imagine all these young parents right now who, my kid's out of control, I don't know how to handle them. And then the government come and say, hey, we got an idea. Let us whoop them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Same way they came with the food stamps. And then these younger people are like, yeah, because they don't have a grandmother or a person that's knowledgeable in their lives to be like, bro, think about it. You know what I'm saying? So if they don't have that in their life, somebody to tell them to think about it, they might be willing to do it. Like, shit, my child bad as home and hell at school, bad as hell at home. So, shit, maybe y'all can get them right. Man, we so quick to put our kids on these Ritalins and diagnose our kids with these issues. Right, we talking about, now think about it. Not just the French president, man. Shit, a lot of presidents, including ours, man. Now, just like they were saying, we was running out of Similac, but they sent in $40 billion over across seas or whatever. But think about it. We took all this shit that they giving us, and right now the CDC is coming out saying they messed up with the situation that happened back in 2020 and what they gave us for that situation. They already coming out saying that they messed up with that. But they took out a lot of the people. Now think about it. As a child, your body are growing antibodies. Your body is growing and learning how to defend stuff. As a baby, that's all we take in is germs. We eat off the floor. We eat the first thing we see. We damn near germ ourselves, especially at a baby, because we just doing that shit. So when we doing that shit, our body learns what this shit is at a young age and is able to fight it. But once you get older, your body is not able to fight this shit off as much. So think about how many people that was of an older age that wasn't able to fight whatever it is they was giving us compared to when they give it to a young child, how their body is able to fight it. Now we giving you this and you're able to grow, but your parents and your grandparents are not able to grow, and we give them the same thing. So now who's in control? The child. And if we control them at a young age, guess who in control of them? Us. So now they're going to do as we say, and then the shit going to go how the way that we want it. So I just believe they playing a cold chess game, man. They getting rid of all the people that can, change the situation, man. And they're going to better it for themselves, man. So
back to what you were saying about the what was it about the whole situation? What is that going to do for homeless people? Is that going to change with them?
Yeah, you're talking about the universal basic income, right? The whole yeah. So basically, and it's a lot of people who likes this situation as well. But basically, yes, it will change for everybody. So it's going to change because that's a whole part of the social credit score as well. So When we talking universal basic income, we're talking about everybody get the same amount of money per month. As you can see, a lot of gas stations are starting to be controlled by just chips, cards, things like that. And when you start looking into a lot of these stores, all these self-checkout lines, you don't even need a registered cashier anymore. Starting to look at some of these businesses, and they're using robots for this, robots for that. They got robot police dogs. All these things people can go look up for themselves, to where it's coming down to where we're not going to need people to do anything anyways. So we'll give you a certain basic income. So when we're talking about music or musicians, that's where your social credit score come in, because if you are able to be entertaining, and not to mention, even though I think they just dropped him for some reason, I didn't get too deep into the reason of why they dropped him. The Capitol Records has signed a virtual reality rapper, and basically what the virtual reality rapper was doing was taking, and basically what the virtual reality rapper was doing was taking all the new hits and all that, taking all the popular songs, rock and roll, hip hop, country, R&B, all of it, all the genres, and putting them in one. And then coming out with something, able to just come out with something crazy like that nobody never heard, but by mixing everything together, mixing all the cool, up-to-date stuff together. So what ends up happening is we all get $1,000 a month. Maybe if it's a 2-parent house, you might get $2,000 a month, but that's cool. Like, we're not worried about paying people. We're not worried about sexual harassment lawsuits. We're not worried about if people get hurt at the job, because nobody won't have to work. We got robots to do all this. We ain't got to worry about people calling off sick. We ain't got to worry about none of that, because the robots are not going to call off sick. They're not going to get tired. And if something wrong with them, we can maybe call somebody in there to fix them. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the person that made them. So that's when your social credit score comes in with your universal basic income. You get so much a month, and then if you are somebody who can be entertaining to the people, then it definitely would determine your social credit score, because if the people like you, of course they're going to 5-star you, right? Don't give me my 5 stars. So if you are good enough, you might have a high score to where you're able to drive off in this Bentley or this Beamer. But if people don't like you, then you're not able to get this Bentley or this Beamer. You're not able to get those private plane tickets or things like that, because your score is not high enough. So it's not going to matter about your money anymore. We don't need your money. We got automatic driving cars. We got automatic everything. Like, everything is down there automatic. We don't need you no more. So only reason why we're even going to let you out the country is because the people like you. So if you're not known, or if you don't have a high credit score, you can't even get out, and then you're going to have to use this little bit of money to get what you can get. But that still determines on what you can get, because if let's just say you want a steak, and the only place to sell the steaks is Outback Steakhouse, but your credit score your social credit score got to be 500 to go to the Outback Steakhouse. Well, mine's only a 300. So guess what? I could only get Wendy's. You see what I'm saying? Like, so my credit score still got social credit score still got to be. I'm dead serious. I'm dead ass serious. Like, it's that serious. It's at that point. It's already happening in China. Money is about to be gone. We talked about the CBDC. We talked about that like 6 months ago on my show. The central banking digital currency. President Biden has already signed into law that we're going to be testing that out. Yeah, and Black Mirrors, I spoke on that too. Black Mirrors is a good ass show, man. I think the Black Mirrors, every damn show on Black Mirrors, all the way up until that freaking how they try to play us as black people in the video games. That's a different story though. That was some bullshit. I didn't like that one too much. But every show Black Mirrors got is damn near like, damn, that's crazy. It could happen. But you look at the CBDC, and Joe Biden already has signed some type of papers where they're going to be testing it out on us by December. That's the central banking digital currency. Down there, no different than food stamps. Everything goes on the card. Everybody remember paper food stamps? Now everybody get their food stamps on the card. Yeah, I hated that shit, bro. That shit was some bullshit, dog. That shit pissed me off, man. But yeah, so the freaking the digital banking currency, basically our food stamps on the cards now. We don't have the paper no more. Same thing they're gonna do with money. First off, they don't even have the gold to back the money. Secondly, the money that we do have is controlled by somebody else at a Federal Reserve that's not even located in America. I think it's located in like Europe somewhere or something like that. And they base our money off of gold. Now they're basing our money off of, well, I want to say oil, but really I think it's just them being bullies and controlling shit like that. I don't believe they have any other backing other than the fact that they got a lot of guns and they'll come kill you and take your shit if you don't give it to them. That's the only thing I'm seeing right now. So that's how they base their money off of. But eventually, all these countries click up and go against America, then our money won't mean shit because we don't have nothing to give them. But yeah, so central banking digital currency, it should be coming around the end of this year, around December. Joe Biden already signed it to effect, and I was talking to you about that. And that's just basically digital money. So now not only do I know what you're spending your money on, but I'm able to give you the money, as much amount of money that I would like to give you. I know how much money you have, and I know what you're doing with your money.
They already know what, if you get anything from the government, you know that.
I mean,
shit, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who gets anything from the government, they know what they're spending on.
It don't even got to be from the government. Honestly, that shit going to your bank, they know it then. You use that shit on Amazon, they know it then. You got any type of electric car, they can find out where you go every fucking day. So, right, it's definitely gonna be like a one world currency situation, man. Dollar is reserve currency for the world, right? It's basically in it's just all control, all the way back to whooping the kids, all the way back to sex trafficking, man. And I'm gonna say something that I'm not gonna tell you that this is 100. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you that there is no truth to it. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. There is no truth to what I'm about to say. One trip. No, it's being stated
if there's
that
no
Donald.
truth, don't say it.
Huh? You said if there's no truth, don't say
No,
it.
I was saying if there's no truth, then I didn't
Well,
say
because
I want to hear it, but I was just wondering why if there's no truth.
Well, because I mean, because I would rather people be like, okay, that's crazy, and go look it up than to just go off of what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I don't want. So I went to so before I even say what I'm about to say, I went to share a homie's podcast today. I shared their podcast, and when I went to go share it, I got a little flags telling me that if I share this podcast sometimes don't tell the truth. And so I just don't want that to happen to your podcast, to where when I go share yours, somebody try and share yours and be like, oh, they be giving out false statements. And the reason I know they do that is because I shared something about the 9/11 situation that was actually a fact, but they went on ahead and hit me with, oh, this is not a true statement, la, la, la. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I know how to play with y'all. So like I said, I'm not going to say that this is true. I would rather you guys just go look it up. But first off, it's already being stated that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are like first cousins. It's already been stated that George Bush's uncle was like the stepfather of Barack Obama. Yeah, some crazy shit like that. So if you go back and watch this show, Breakfast Club, with Charlamagne the God, Angela Lee, and fucking DJ Envy. If you go back and watch their show, they got a show on there with Hillary Clinton. I think this is around the time she was running for president against Barack Obama. And they asked her, they said, what do you like to keep? Now, this is all true. They said, what do you like to keep in your purse? Now, if you remember, just when Joe Biden was running, he said, you're not black if you don't vote for me. And we all know how the fuck is that true. But anyways, though, they asked her, what do you like to, what's one thing that you always got in your purse that you never like take out your purse? And she said, I keep a bottle of hot sauce. Now that could have just been so she could be pushing the black vote or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She keep a bottle of hot sauce, and she's trying to show that she's hip like us and she keeps seasonings or whatever like that. But now this is the part that I said that there's no truth to it. You guys can just go search it up for yourself. It basically was stating that this bottle of hot sauce was blood of children, and the reason that they use the blood of children is for this effect called adrenochrome, where basically they drink the blood of a child, they scare the fuck out of a child, then they drink the blood of the child, and that blood keeps them younger. So when we go back and we're talking about controlling these children, we're talking about DCF employees arrested, you know what I'm saying, for sex trafficking and things like that. Then you start to think about it like, well, why do they want to push it? Like, we ain't did nothing. We might have just slapped our kid and you taking them out, but now y'all willing to let the principal spank them or whatever. Like, are y'all really like trying to, harvest our children for y'all better goods? You want to go into reptilians? You want to go into some weird shit? We can get all deep into that, but it's almost to the fact that the shit is getting weird, and it's getting weirder and weirder and weirder, and it's even to the point where it's starting to get scary, if you ask me. So I think she keep the bottle of hot sauce in because it's really adrenochrome, and she drink that shit so she can keep her motherfucking health together.
That's what all of them was on house arrest for. All that was on house arrest. Do you remember that?
You talking about all the celebrities?
Oprah, Ellen, Obama, all of them motherfuckers.
And they saying that when the 2020 situation happened, they shut everything down. You started seeing people for their true selves, and they was trying to use it, basically saying that trying to say that people were just not putting their makeup on, you know what I'm saying? Like Julia Roberts, you could see a picture of Julia Roberts and she just wasn't putting her makeup on because they wasn't able to go outside, so they wasn't doing shit. And makeup's supposed to make you look younger and shit like that, when really it was just like a shutdown. But now that you get a person like Trump out of office who was really trying to crack down, that was really trying to crack out. See, that's true. I seen that too. And you get a person like Donald Trump that was trying to crack down on this shit, and they force him out of office. As soon as he get out of office, everything go back to the way it was supposed to, the way that they want it. You go back into that damn, what's dude's name that hung himself in jail? Amanda kept saying his name. Fuck. The white dude hung himself in jail. Is Jeffrey Epstein. He had all this information on people, and he got arrested right around the time 2020 shit was going on. And so they shut everything down. But then they forced this man Trump out of office, and then they get this other man that they actually want in office, and all these other things start going back to normal. We didn't really hear about too much sex trafficking and human trafficking because everything was shut down. And they really tried to cover all that shit up. I mean, we did the big R. Kelly situation. We're going to talk about that. But we ain't going to talk about all the other people that's in high power in a different color. Look. Thanks. I'm about to chill out, man. I'm finna chill out on this show with this shit, man. But we ain't going to talk about all that. Like, how they cut everybody off, man, and stopped all this shit. And you start looking at people, all these celebrities, man, they just wasn't getting the blood they wanted. You know what I'm saying? They needed to get this shit back in order, man. Yeah. They needed to get this shit back. So sex trafficking the women for their body parts, for their bone marrow, for their bone marrow, sex trafficking children for their blood. Man, this shit is crazy. And it be our own people too, man. It be money make motherfuckers do some weird ass shit. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Yeah.
An employee of Connecticut Department of Children and Families has been arrested for helping a child sex trafficker avoid police. Hartford police have charged Melissa Robertson, a social worker at DCF, with hindering prosecution and risk of injury to a minor. And see, this is in Hartford, Connecticut, right? So there's also a judge down in Texas who has been picked up by the FBI for the same shit. There's a judge in Texas. I picked up a judge who's being prosecuted by the FBI for the same exact shit, man. These motherfuckers been on this shit. Like, so when you think about DCF, these social workers, they ain't doing nothing but going to get these warrants or going to get this information to a judge, and the judge is overturning the shit for them to get them, and then you put them in these freaking foster care homes until they are picked up by parents. And what do most of them do? Run away. And those are the ones who is not being found. Those are the ones who can't find. Now, don't get it twisted. I've heard some parents go to a park and somebody snatch up their kid or something like that and never seen again. But a lot of these children that are missing, most of them come from foster care. They running away and then never being found.
Yeah.
Are they really running away? Like, that's the question, though. Are they
And
really
this
like
is what I say every time this what I be saying every time we have a discussion like this. Our main people, them judges, them police, all them government officials, these are the ones who be buying kids and doing all this shit to kids. This is why it continuously goes on, and people are, you know what I'm saying, it's happening. Most of the sex trafficking, that's where it's coming from.
This shit is scary, man. I mean, the games that we playing. So I heard this dude earlier, man. I shared on my page, man. This dude had said something about us as black people taking like $2-3 out of our check every month. I mean, every week. You know what I'm saying? Putting it towards like some type of black dollar, making our own money. And so it's about 40 million people. He said, so out of them 40, it's like 41 million people in America. Out of them 40 million people, let's just say 30 million of them work and get a check once a week. Take $2-3 out of that check or $4 every 2 weeks and put it towards the black banking. And we'll fuck around and have like 60 million a week. You know what I'm saying? Just by all of us putting $4 together every 2 weeks, we'll have like 60 million a month. I mean, no, more than that, like down there 120 million a month if we all just put whatever, you know what I'm saying? So by the end of the fucking year, we'll down there be at $1 billion, you know what I'm saying? We'll start making our own money. You said a lot of black people ain't gonna do it because they ain't gonna believe that their money going to somewhere it's supposed to be. But yeah, in ATL, they definitely snatching money. They definitely doing that in ATL. Them women is getting snatched out of there, though. But like if we put all our money together, we can start our own like Chinatown, but it'll be Black Town, you know what I'm saying? Where we can actually have our own business. It won't just be for blacks, but we can control what comes in there. So if Chinese people, white people want to bring in their business in there, we still in control of what they bring in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we can have our own situation like everybody else. But people are not gonna do that. But that, like, I'm just looking at this and we have to figure out as people of color how we can benefit each other, because this is a black woman doing this, and a lot of times, especially when you're talking about Atlanta, you go down there and you give one of them broke dudes $10,000. Like, think about it. I think a heart is like 20,000. You know what I'm saying? So the money that they're giving somebody that's broke to go, sex traffic somebody else. Right, we definitely don't trust in each other. And the money that they're giving us, you go down there, you give a broke one. Like, you find first person you find, you just, you know what I'm saying, snatch them up, take them, let us know where they at. You know what I'm saying, knock them out, take them, leave them somewhere, let us know where they at. Your money will be right here, or whatever the case may be. And however they doing this shit, man, it's like we have to figure out how to get people to understand how to not do that bullshit, man, because we killing each other so much, man. We really not caring about each other, man. And like you said right here, if we trust in each other, man, we'll be the dopest. Like, we buy everything anyways, man. Like, we really keep this from when we built this bitch to now buying that shit. Like, we buy everything that they put out. Everything they put out, we got to get. The new red bottoms, the new TV, the new car, the property, anything that they put out, we got to get. But we ain't got to get nothing from ourselves, man. I tell you, I got a few hats. They only $5. Like, cheap ass hats. I'm not getting that. I'd rather go to New Era. You know what I'm saying? You got to get your shit, nigga.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why not?
It's crazy though, because like I just dealt with a situation where I brought a person an opportunity, and instead of them focusing on the opportunity, they was more focused on me and what you know what I'm saying, what was being told to me or what I was. And I was like, wow. And but you hear people constantly say people get on, but they don't put other people on. But then you make it make sense. That just didn't even add up to me.
Our people, it seemed like our people, we don't want to see. It just seemed like we don't want to see the next person higher than us or something like. And I don't get that. Like, I'd just rather not be walking. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you pull up on me and you got you a Benz and shit like that, and you tell me you could put me on, a lot of times the motherfucker be like, well, shit, I'm about to get a Benz. I'm rocking with Ms.Londa. Where in my mind, I'm like, shit, I'm about to get a car. I'm off the bus. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people don't think like that. They trying to get straight to the Benz. Like, but you got the Benz. Like, what you doing?
But
like,
don't want to even work for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I could lead you in the direction of it, then the rest is on you. They don't want to, like, they want to come straight through the door, getting everything that somebody else already got without working for it.
How that's you get the nuts. Like, it took you 5 years to get it. Like, oh, you fuck crazy, man. You don't even think. But then 5 years later, they still ain't got the Benz or a car. Like, it's like, come on, man. I just don't get it, man. But what's even more baffling to me is how much we all know this. That's what really like kills me. Like, we all know that we all are against each other. Or we all know what we got to do to get better. But it's still the same way. Like, we all know what we got to do to get better. And you would sit here and you'll talk to a person. You'll be like, that motherfucker got some sense, dog. That motherfucker got some sense. But then you go watch her from the side. Like, that motherfucker ain't even what he talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? She ain't even what she talking about. And that really be killing me. Because I done talked to so many people who be like, I'll be like, damn, you about right, bro. The next week, they slumped out in the bar somewhere. Can't even fucking think. But then the next day, they on the same shit. But then after that, they doing some old weird shit. Like, that shit be killing me, dog. I don't understand that shit. Because I done talked to a lot of smart motherfuckers who just dumb as fuck. I don't get it, dog. Right. We all know we brainwashed, man. We all know it. Like, we know it. And we know what we got to do. And it still don't make no sense.
That's why when I be hearing people talking about the system, like, the system is the one who got us like this. The system. Okay, that's true. But just like you can say that out your mouth, why can't you change it? You don't have to live by how the system made it. You know what I mean? Y'all can come to agreement and co-parent together and not have to deal with the whole child support and this, that, and the other. But you, the main one, don't want to go to work and do what you're supposed to do, but you steady blaming it on the system. You know what I'm saying?
That's the first thing. Like, you know what you got to do to change it. We know what we got to do to change it. I've been seeing, like, recently, some women even come out and speak on, like, the child support situation where they like, shit, as long as he's doing what he's supposed to do, I won't put him on child support because I know they're going to stop him. They're going to stop him from getting his license. They're going to stop him. They might even take him to jail over some petty shit. But a lot of times these dudes take advantage of that. And these women too. Like, and I hope I don't spark no nerves, but not a lot of men that I've heard when they get custody of their children, they attempt to put their mom on child support unless they just being petty. But I think it's definitely a higher percentage of women that would rather like put their man the man on child support than there is men trying to put the women on child support. Most of the men just like getting my kids. I'm not saying that there ain't none because there.
Now what I would say about the women, now a lot of the women, there is a lot of women who just put the man on child support just because they scorn or just don't want to work or whatever the case. Some of them have no choice. If they have to depend on the county, you know what I'm saying, then they have no choice.
But
But
For the
again,
most,
just like when that one chick took her baby daddy off of child support because she helped him get a better job and everything, she was getting slammed for that. How? Why would she get slammed for that? She helped him get a better job because him being on child support was causing turmoil in their parenting with their child. So she helped him get a better job. But she got slammed all over social media for that. And I didn't understand that.
and that's the thing about social media, man. Social media has so many smart motherfuckers and so many motherfuckers who know what's right and what's wrong. Like social media, they just social media people who really live their lives on there. They just know what's wrong. And I'm thinking that this woman who did do that, because I remember her speaking on that. I think she was in the car and she was talking about it on her phone. And I think what she was looking at was not herself. I think she was looking at first and foremost her child or their child together. It's like regardless
Yeah.
of what you're doing for me, if you're not in your child's life, that is a burden on the child. You know what I'm saying? So me being petty and trying to get what I can get out of you to take care of my child is not as effective as you being here for your child. Because if you're not here, but the money is here, the child's still not gonna get the teaching that they need to get from both of the parents. All they're gonna get is what you give me and what I can get a child. So now I'm just raising my child by myself. You give me what the fuck I want you to give me, and then I give it to the child and still continue raising my child by myself. I think she was looking at the bigger picture of the whole situation. Like, I'd rather you be on. And I said that same thing about my child's mother. Like, even if we not gonna be together, I would still rather my child's mother be something. Excuse me. I would still rather my child's mother be something, because if she's not nothing, then what do my kids have to look up to? Especially having little girls.
Right.
If you're nothing, what do my kids have to look up to? They gotta go find another woman to look up to. You know what I'm saying? So I would never just bash you if we're not together to my kids, and I would still want you to be up. That doesn't mean I may stop doing what I'm doing to make sure that you get up, but I will help you on whatever your road is as you're trying to get up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I will continue to help you. Like, I won't stop, because my kids need something to look up to. Like, our kids need something to look up to, man. So I never understood the whole child support situation unless the parent just don't want to do shit at all. Like, they out here living the best life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just never understood that anyways. Never understood that anyways. But this world is getting crazy, Ms.Londa, man. So I definitely think we all got to take a sit down and look back. And at this point, I think people got to get past the I want this girl, because shit, you can't even go out to the bar no more now. You sit at the bar, you might come on with monkeypox. Like, you can't even go talk to somebody later on, man. You can't even shake a motherfucking hand.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so,
that night you shared that damn video, I got the chin. I was like, ugh, I couldn't take it. With dude,
man,
when he went to McDonald's, and I was thinking, like, yeah, why the fuck are you going through the drive-through? Keep your ass at home and eat some noodles or something. Why the fuck are you outside? Ugh.
And look, before we get out of here,
just grossed me out. I was itching.
And just to throw that in the air, man, that's just another form of government control, man. I back in 2020 January 2022, I want to say this year, it was either 21 or 22. It was in January for sure. In Pennsylvania, they had shipped these monkeys from somewhere from out this goddamn place, somewhere from across seas. They trying to say they come from Africa, so whatever. But they shipped these monkeys from somewhere, and the truck got into an accident. The monkeys got free. They supposedly killed all the monkeys that got free or whatever. But one of them, the lady went to the accident to see what was going on. She said she walked up to the cage because she thought it was cats or something like that. And she said, "Scared such a dumpster lid. It's that bad." But the monkey, she thought it was a cat in there. So when she opened it, she said the monkey touched her or whatever. Her symptoms was herpes-like, right? So they claim they kept the monkey and all this other bullshit, la la la. But now we got monkeypox. And they don't want to fess up to where this shit came from. But this shit is public information. You could type in Pennsylvania monkey crash. And it's a fact. The shit happened. The lady all on TV talking about it. The monkey touched her. She had the herpes-like symptoms. And now look at where you at, monkeypox. Y'all don't want to fess up to this shit. I just want to say it come from across another country, and y'all don't know how I got here. Somebody flew it over here. First, I tried to put it on the gay people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all try to do everything that y'all can do to cover up what the fuck really happened when the fact is right here. Now, y'all didn't broadcast this shit big enough. Y'all didn't make this shit huge all over the media like y'all should have, and y'all didn't because y'all wanted to keep it covered up for yourselves. But it is a fact. The Pennsylvania monkey crash happened. The lady touched the monkey. She caught that shit. Then, before this shit got big and everybody was walking around talking about, oh, it came from gay this and gay that, y'all let that shit happen when y'all really not. Who knows if that crash was on purpose or an actual accident? But y'all know how the fuck this shit got here.
Right.
And y'all trying to act like y'all don't. That's government control. All this shit is government control, man. It's getting scary. And if we don't fucking come together now, we're gonna be under their goddamn, we're gonna be in their headlock for sure. I mean, they already got us, by a bear hug. But if we don't come together now, if we don't get out this shit, man, they're gonna have us in the chokehold, man. We ain't gonna be able to breathe, bro. It's gonna be over with. It's gonna be, we ain't gonna be able to think.
So let me ask you. So let me ask you, because you know how everybody keeps saying we got to come together. Everything that's going on now, what more can it take for us to stop talking about we got to do it, but actually do it? Like, what more is this shit not scary enough to where it's to the point where it's like, man, fuck how we thinking and put that shit to the side and just come together? What else is it going to take?
I don't think that it's the fact that we not thinking about it. I think that it is social media is the only thing that really keeps certain people in tune. And so if people are not on social media, I'll be talking to a lot of people. Some people, they don't even watch the news no more because they didn't feel like it's so fake that they won't even watch the news. They won't even go look at what these motherfuckers is talking about because they already feel like it's fake. So they don't even know what's going on. A lot of people didn't even know about the ninja variant that was going around when it first came out because they just stopped watching the news. They stopped caring. Like, it was so much bullshit. They stopped caring. I really think the only way that we can come together is if people start learning how to talk to each other, like having real conversations, like, and listening to each other, and not, oh, that's just bullshit, go grab a bottle. Oh, that's just bullshit, where the weed at? Oh, that's just bullshit, turn on whatever new movie just came out or whatever TV show that's hot right now come out. If motherfuckers can really just sit down and have a conversation and figure out how to grow together, like, that's going to be the only way, because they got to see, right, you don't even see Fauci no more. They knew it was some bullshit. And it's like, we once people start seeing the progression that we can make better together than against each other, then I think that's when we'll come together. It's just hard right now because, like you said, you try to put somebody on instead of them trying to work with what you gave them. They want to know how you doing your move. And it's like, no, man, give what you get and then use that to get where you got. That's why, remember, we was having that conversation a long time ago. I think Miss Nita was on here and I was speaking on Section 8. And I guess y'all thought that, or not, I ain't gonna say y'all, I guess they thought, because you kind of like the host and listen sometimes. So I ain't gonna say you, but I guess they kind of felt like I was down in Section 8. And I don't down Section 8 because my whole thing is Section 8 is a platform for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm sitting here and I'm able to come up off of not having to pay rent or getting help on my bills, then I should come up off of that. There should not be no reason to why I use that and not do nothing else. Oh, I'm good. I'm on Section 8 now. I'm getting government assistance. Yeah. I'm good now. There is no reason to why I should be content with that. I should take that as a platform and move with it. So once we start Section 8 in our own lives with each other and start working with each other and coming up off of each other, using whatever tools you gave me, using that as a platform to move here because I didn't have a platform at all, regardless of what you gave me, whatever you gave me, I'm able to stand on it and use it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drowning anymore. I'm not fucking treading water no more. I'm standing on something. Shouldn't be a fucking matter of what you gave me. It's the fact that can I use it to jump over to this next platform. Once we get there and we start realizing that, oh, okay, now you know what? I jumped up off of the shit that Ms.Londa gave me. Let me send somebody else over to Ms.Londa so they can get that same little rock too. Even if it's a little rock, it's bigger than what the fuck I had. You see what I'm saying? So let me send somebody else over there so they can get that little rock and they can build a platform. Now we all jumping. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times people just don't do that. They want the big ass base. Like they just feel like they supposed to come with a big ass man to just off rip. And it's like, nah, bro, once we start realizing how much better we can help each other and not try and compete with each other, or then we'll be better off, man. Then we'll be better. And a lot of times people also got to understand their position. So if I got a homie, he messed up, he down, and he got a whole family, he got a woman and shit like that. A lot of these dudes will even be trying to mess up your family. Some of these dudes will even try to talk to your woman just because they're in a better position than you. Instead of trying to help you up, they're trying to talk to your woman. And a lot of these women might even go ahead and talk to him just because he's in a higher position, like he's doing better than you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so a lot of us have to even get past that. Like, you know what I'm saying? First off, you shouldn't even want my woman. I shouldn't even want your woman. Secondly, I shouldn't even be looking at the position you in. I should just be looking at trying to make you better so you and your family can be happy. A lot of times motherfuckers hate on each other. A lot of times they want what another motherfucker got. You don't even got as much as I got, but I like your woman, so I'm about to take your woman from you because you down and she can do better with me. Instead of me trying to help you and find a whole another woman, I'm going to fuck up your whole situation, have you out here robbing and taking from another motherfucker and the maddest fuck at the world. Now you done killed somebody because I done fucked your bitch. And whatever the case may be, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we have to really, really stop all the bullshit and really help each other come up, because it doesn't happen until one of these police officers kill one of my children. Now I'm looking for you, the person I done fucked your bitch and said you ain't shit and dogged you and your whole fucking broke ass family. Now I'm looking for y'all to come out and say justice for my child. But I wasn't looking for you to say justice for my child when I was trying to fuck your woman or trying to fuck your sister or trying to, take whatever you got. I wasn't looking for that then. So at this point, we have to get past that and understand where we could be, because a lot of times it don't happen until the shit hit home. So I really do think that we gotta stop materializing shit, man, and just come together so this shit don't happen to us or our family members in the future, because it doesn't happen until it hit home anyways. But it hit home for me every time, man. Even if it has nothing to do with me. That whole Aubrey Johnson shit, where they chased that black boy down and killed him, that shit hurt my soul. I ain't never met that man. I don't know none of his cousins. I don't know his mama or none of that shit, man. But I damn sure if I had the money, would have went down there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Been on it. I would have been on it. Like, but I don't have it like that to take out of my life to go down there. But it did hit home. You said, for me, it just touched me. That shit that happened with the Brittany lady, you know what I'm saying? Where a dude hit her with the hammer. Think about my daughters and my sisters all the time with shit like that. My sister like to go out. You know what I'm saying? I can just imagine if a nigga do some shit. Feel me? So shit like that just hit home. It should hit home for everybody. It shouldn't just be like, oh, they was in another state. I don't know, that person ain't got nothing to do with me. Because it could have been yours, bro. So we gotta figure it the fuck out, man. And I think that's how we can come together, is by stopping and acknowledging things that happen to others that could just happen to us. Look, Jalen Walker, now that happened in my city, Akron, Ohio. 90 shots, hit 60 times, running away. But all these other white boys, Dylan White, going to a goddamn church, kill everybody, and get walked out to the jail cell and get a hamburger on his way because he was hungry. This nigga went to church, killed some people, then got a hamburger on his way to jail. Another so-called rapper wannabe shoot up a parade or some shit like that. They put guns on him, put him in handcuffs. This dude ain't even shot nothing. 4th of July fireworks going off. They say he shot a gun. They shoot at this man 90 times, hit him 60 times. Like, this shit is close to us. This shit is us. That shit could have been me. That shit could have been my brother. Shit could have been my son. It could have been my daughter. It could have been anybody. Could have been anybody. I just seen a pregnant woman get pulled over in I want to say Texas. She got pulled over on a dark road. She kept driving with her hazard lights on. until she got to a grocery store. By the time she got to the grocery store, she got 3 kids in the car and she's pregnant with one. Police officer yelling at her. She like, my husband told me, I don't care what your husband said. Put your hands up. I'm pregnant, sir. La, la, la. He talking crazy to her. But shit, as much as been going on, you think I want to pull over with your white ass behind me in the middle of a fucking road where nobody out here? I'm not about to do that. But now I got to deal with you when I get to the fucking store. That could be any one of us. That could have been my pregnant ass woman. That could have been my pregnant ass sister. All my nieces and nephews, all my kids. Yeah. We got to start thinking about this shit being us and coming together like that. That's the only way I can see us coming together is actually paying attention to the shit that's happening to us and then coming together for that. Like, you know what? I don't want that to happen to my sister. I don't want that to happen to my brother. And if you're my homie, I don't want that to happen to your sister. I don't want that to happen to your brother. You see what I'm saying? That's the only way. Like, other than that, it ain't going to be no coming together until they hit home. And people ain't going to carry it in because it ain't them. That's the only way.
So we're doomed.
Unless we start caring about others. If we care about others as much as we care about ourselves, then we won't be doomed. But hey, if we don't care about others, yes, we are doomed. That's the only way. That's the only way. Like I said, it only like he said with the Mike Brown situation, man. We everybody came outside and screamed Mike Brown, Mike Brown, Mike Brown. Same thing, Eric Gardner. He's selling cigarettes. Everybody come outside screaming Eric Gardner. They didn't even saw the wrong. Same thing, George Floyd. But where was all this help for these people before this shit happened? Was he just that nigga down the street? Don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fuck dude, broke ass, nigga selling cigarettes, nigga stealing bucket miles. Was that who this person was? Nigga just sold CDs. Oh, broke ass nigga out here selling CDs. Somebody chuck him out and shit like that. Now it's it's fucked up. He was a family man. Like, we need that then. He's a family man. We need that now. You know what I'm saying? If we can do that now, then that's coming together. That's a family man, because then we can put you in a position where you don't have to sell cigarettes. You don't have to steal Black and Miles. You don't have to sell CDs. If we can put y'all in those positions, you know what I'm saying, then we could be better. Now, a person like maybe Philando Castro, the one that got shot with his daughter in the car, you know what I'm saying? Now that situation was different. He's a school. He sold school. I mean, not sold, but he gave out school lunch to the kids. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, he probably already had love in his family. I'm sure his woman sad. His daughter definitely sad from seeing that shit like that. But certain shits like this, we do have to already have these people's backs, man. We do, before the bullshit happen. If I see you out here selling cigarettes, obviously you fucked up. Obviously. So we need to figure out how to get you out of here from selling cigarettes, bro. Now, you know what?
In Black families, though, it's like the mentality is different from the way it used to be back in the days. Now, the only time you really see families come together is when it's a damn funeral. And then they just right back off to their normal lives. They don't pick up, keep in touch with each other. I've never been to a reunion in my family.
I went to
literally
one.
I used to try to be the one every 4th of July to try to bring the family together, but I stopped because it was so hard. You want everybody to come together and put in, but they want everything to be on one person. They just want to show up. How, motherfuckers? If it's 30 of you motherfuckers, how can I feed all of you motherfuckers? Y'all can't grab water. Y'all can't grab meat, hot dogs, buns, paper plates, ice. You know, so I just gave
and they all gonna bring paper plates. They all gonna. I run some paper towels. Like they all gonna try.
Yeah,
and that's it. It's like at funerals, you see everybody come together when somebody dead, and it's like, but and to be real, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I might be wrong, but only even so many people at that funeral fuck with the person that's dead. Everybody else coming there because they can take pictures, throw it up on their social media, say that their cousin they got killed, and they can get some sympathy, even though like nigga, you ain't never even took a picture with this nigga, but because we know that that's your actual blood cousin, you want us to feel sad for you because your cousin got killed. You ain't even fuck with this dude. Not to mention, y'all really ready for the wake. because y'all know it's some goddamn. I mean, not the wake, the after death, after we put them in the ground.
After
Now we can go to the house and eat, talk to everybody, and then we still about to fight after that. We've been by the time this man been buried in the ground about 6 hours. We all have been over here drinking and kicking it. By the time the night over, somebody about to fight because this person trying to take 3 plates home and ain't brung shit. This person over here looking at this bitch. This person over here, man, still mad about some money you ain't gave me a week ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers is about to fight. They didn't forgot that we here for a goddamn funeral. Like, that's how you know this shit be fake. That's how you know it be all the way fake. Like, man, so
yeah.
Motherfuckers, but it's like we said earlier, man. We
yeah, it's the repass. I couldn't get the word out.
The repass, yep. And it's just like at this point, motherfuckers don't even give a fuck about the family. So it's just like you said, we doomed until we start caring about other people as much as we care about ourselves, man. I don't watch brothers and sisters go at. Matter of fact, what 2-3 days ago, Tennessee. Homeboy sitting in the back seat watched 2 brothers kill each other. These niggas just shot each other up in the car. One of them survived all the way to the hospital. Then he died. Both of them dead. They didn't kill each other in Tennessee. This just happened like 2-3 days ago. Like, it's Cain and Abel. Like, man, it's just like.
And what was it about?
Who the fuck knows, man? I ain't even laughing at them. I'm sure.
Dumb as fuck, and it led to that.
I'm sure, man. So
because motherfuckers they tough or tougher than the other.
And we talking about brothers.
It's crazy.
Sisters going at it with sisters, and we don't even do this shit with the white man. We go to the job. Yes sir, no sir. I'll be damned if I call this nigga sir though. Like what the fuck? I can't get a sir, my nigga. Like what the fuck? What the fuck? But you can go to this white man at this goddamn job and be like, sir, please get the job. You begging this nigga, but you don't even give me no type of respect. Like these niggas is different, man. So I don't know, man. Yes sir, nigga, real quick, man. Till he disrespect me. Yes sir, dude, so quick, man. Like, oh, I got you, sir. No problem, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do that shit just off of respect. Even if you don't do it to me, but if you disrespect me, you lose that. But I don't give a fuck how old you is. When I talk to my son like that, but even by me talking to my son like that, I've noticed that he talk like that now. You know what I'm saying? So he might, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's just how I talk to him. My son, Dad, can I play the game? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dad, can I get some juice? Yes, sir. Son, go down there and get the clothes. I mean, go down there and get your cover. Yes, sir. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's coming right back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, this was a good discussion once again. Thank you guys for jumping in comments and sharing your opinions. It's always good to hear you guys' thoughts. Until next time, you guys have a good night.
Good night.